Cancer. Cancer is a group of diseases characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells. If left untreated, these cells can invade nearby tissues and organs and spread to other parts of the body. There are many different types of cancer, and the treatment and prognosis for each type can vary significantly. Some common types of cancer include breast cancer, lung cancer, colon cancer, and prostate cancer. Cancer can be caused by a variety of factors, including genetics, tobacco use, exposure to certain chemicals and substances, and certain infections. It is important to regularly check for cancer and to seek medical attention if you have any symptoms or risk factors for the disease. Genetics and other health conditions can impact cancer prevalence as well, but those are usually more out of our control. According to the American Cancer Society, carrying excess weight or having obesity, a body mass index, BMI, greater than 30, is a risk factor for many cancers. Keeping your weight at a healthy level can help protect you from these cancers and other chronic conditions. While some people have a higher genetic risk to develop cancer, research shows that nearly 25% of overall cancer cases could be prevented with diet and nutrition alone. Many cancers can take 10 or more years to develop, so everyday nutrition choices are crucial in cancer prevention. In research studies, vegans, people who don't eat any animal products, including fish, dairy or eggs, appear to have the lowest rates of cancer of any diet. The next lowest rate was for vegetarians, people who avoid meat, but may eat fish or foods that come from animals, such as milk or eggs. What you can more easily control are the foods you choose to fuel your body. There is no one diet to prevent cancer that is universally recommended. The specific dietary factors that contribute to the development of cancer can vary depending on a variety of factors. They include an individual's age, sex, weight, and overall health. However, there are some general dietary recommendations. They have been shown to be associated with a lower risk of cancer. These include: 1. Eat a variety of fruits and vegetables. Eat a varied diet that is rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods are high in fiber, antioxidants, and other nutrients that may help to protect against cancer. Eat the rainbow is a good rule of thumb, according to the American Cancer Society. The pigment that gives fruits and vegetables their color has ingredients that may reduce cancer risk. Aim to eat at least 3 different colors of fruits and vegetables each day: red, apples, tomatoes and red cabbage; orange, cantaloupe, carrots and oranges; yellow, bananas, lemon and pineapple; green, broccoli and leafy greens, like spinach, kale and collard greens; blue or purple, beets, grapes, blueberries and rhubarb. All those multicolored vitamins and minerals play an important role in cell health. They keep our body functioning at its peak levels. Carotenoids are fat-soluble compounds, which means they need to be accompanied by a fat source to be absorbed. Carotenoids are naturally present in many fruits, grains, oils and vegetables. Carrots, sweet potatoes, squash, spinach, apricots, green peppers and leafy greens. They are highly pigmented, so look for natural foods that are red, orange, yellow and green. Examples of carotenoids include beta-carotene, lycopene, and lutein. They have been linked to reducing the risk of heart disease, cancer, macular degeneration and cataracts. Nutrients and phytochemicals found in plant-based foods seem to work independently and together to decrease cancer and disease risk. This means that plant-based foods work best when eaten in combination with other foods rather than alone. One prostate cancer study showed that a combination of tomato and broccoli diet was more effective at slowing tumor growth than either tomato or broccoli alone. This demonstrates the power that nutrition has when foods are teamed together. Aim to make your plate about half fruits and veggies. Split the other half between whole grains and lean meats, fish or plant-based proteins. There is some evidence that suggests that consuming whole grain foods may help to reduce the risk of certain types of cancer, such as colorectal, breast, and prostate cancer. Whole grains are a good source of fiber. Plant-based diets are high in natural fiber. This has been shown to reduce cancer risk in moderate insulin levels. They can help to bulk up the stool and make it easier to pass through the intestines. This may help to reduce the risk of colon cancer by decreasing the amount of time that potentially carcinogenic substances spend in contact with the colon. Whole grains are also a good source of antioxidants, which may help to protect cells from damage caused by harmful molecules called free radicals. Some studies have shown that people who consume higher amounts of whole grains have a lower risk of cancer. But more research is needed to confirm this relationship. Fiber. Dietary fiber, antioxidants, and phytochemicals are thought to be helpful in the fight against cancer in several ways. First, dietary fiber may help to prevent cancer by decreasing the amount of time that carcinogens, substances that can cause cancer, stay in the body and by helping to remove them from the body more quickly. It may also help to lower the risk of certain types of cancer, such as colon cancer, by helping to prevent constipation and promoting regular bowel movements. Antioxidants are substances that can neutralize free radicals, which are unstable molecules that can damage cells and contribute to the development of cancer. By neutralizing free radicals, antioxidants may help to reduce the risk of cancer. Phytochemicals are plant-based compounds that have a variety of health benefits, including the ability to reduce inflammation and boost the immune system. Some phytochemicals, such as flavonoids and isoflavones, may also have anti-cancer properties and may help to reduce the risk of cancer. It's important to note that while these substances may have potential benefits in the fight against cancer, more research is needed to fully understand their mechanisms of action and to determine their effectiveness in cancer prevention and treatment. There is no single fruit or vegetable that can prevent cancer. However, research has shown that a diet rich in fruits and vegetables may help lower your risk of developing cancer. Fruits and vegetables contain many nutrients that are thought to help protect against cancer, including antioxidants, phytochemicals, and fiber. Some of the best cancer-fighting fruits and vegetables include berries, leafy greens, tomatoes, cruciferous vegetables, such as broccoli, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts, and citrus fruits. It's important to eat a variety of different fruits and vegetables, rather than just focusing on a few specific ones, in order to get the most protective benefits. 2. Cut down on fat. Limit red meat, such as beef, pork, and lamb. Limit your intake of processed and red meats. Some studies have suggested that a high intake of these types of meats may increase the risk of certain types of cancer, such as colon cancer. Minimize your daily fat intake too, ideally, 25 to 30 grams of fat per day, to keep your weight in check. It's good to be picky about fats. You want to stick with unsaturated fats. Look for the words monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. Examples of good fats include almonds, 14 grams per ounce. Peanut butter, 8 grams per tablespoon. Avocado, 10 grams per half cup. Hummus, 2 grams per tablespoon. There is some evidence to suggest that a high consumption of red meat may be associated with an increased risk of certain types of cancer, particularly colorectal cancer. This may be due to the fact that red meat contains high levels of heme iron and other compounds that have been linked to the development of cancer. Additionally, many types of red meat, particularly processed meats, such as bacon, sausage, and deli meats, are often high in sodium and preservatives, which may also contribute to an increased risk of cancer. It's important to note that the link between red meat and cancer is not completely clear, and more research is needed to fully understand the relationship between the two. However, many health organizations recommend limiting the amount of red meat that you consume, particularly processed meats, as part of a healthy diet. Instead, they suggest choosing other protein sources, such as poultry, fish, beans, and nuts, which may be less likely to increase the risk of cancer. 3. Choose lean sources of protein, such as fish, poultry, beans, and nuts. Choose lean protein sources, such as poultry, fish, beans, and tofu, which may be less likely to increase cancer risk. There is some evidence that eating fish may be associated with a lower risk of certain types of cancer. Fish is a good source of omega-3 fatty acids, which may help to reduce inflammation in the body. Inflammation has been linked to the development of cancer. So reducing inflammation may help to lower the risk of cancer. In addition, fish is a good source of protein and other nutrients that may be beneficial for overall health. Some types of fish that are high in omega-3s and may be especially beneficial for cancer prevention include salmon, mackerel, herring, sardines, and trout. It's important to note that more research is needed to fully understand the relationship between fish consumption and cancer risk. Lean sources of protein. There is evidence to suggest that consuming a diet high in lean sources of protein may help to reduce the risk of cancer. Protein is an essential nutrient that plays a number of important roles in the body, including the repair and maintenance of tissues, the production of enzymes and hormones, and the support of immune function. Lean sources of protein, such as poultry, fish, and plant-based sources like beans and tofu, are lower in saturated fat and calories compared to other protein sources, such as red meat. Consuming a diet that is rich in lean protein may help to support weight management, which can be important in the prevention of certain types of cancer, such as breast, colorectal, and prostate cancer. In addition, some research has suggested that the nutrients found in certain lean protein sources, such as the omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, may have anti-inflammatory effects that may help to reduce the risk of cancer. 4. Limit salt and sugar. Avoid sugary drinks and foods, as well as foods that are high in added sugars, as they may increase the risk of certain types of cancer. There's even a common saying that sugar feeds cancer. Sugar, in fact, feeds all our cells, but not all sugars are created equal. The problem is in foods with natural sugar, like fruits and grains. It's the added sugars that can lead to obesity and heart disease. Those can increase your risk of cancer. Sneaky sources of sugar include breads, crackers, granola bars, salad dressings, yogurt, especially fruit-flavored varieties. There is no direct role for salt or sugar in the fight against cancer. In fact, some studies have suggested that high salt intake may be linked to an increased risk of certain types of cancer, such as stomach cancer. Similarly, high sugar intake has been linked to an increased risk of various health problems, including obesity and type 2 diabetes, but it is not known to have a direct effect on cancer risk. That being said, a healthy diet is an important part of cancer prevention and treatment. 5. Mediterranean diet. Some studies have suggested that certain dietary factors, such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, may have a protective effect against cancer, while others, such as red and processed meats, may increase the risk of cancer. However, more research is needed to fully understand the relationship between diet and cancer. Nutrition for prevention. Some of the best nutrition for preventing cancer and for generally living healthy can be found in the Mediterranean diet, which emphasizes natural and plant-based foods. The Mediterranean diet is a way of eating that is traditional in the countries that surround the Mediterranean Sea. It is characterized by an emphasis on plant-based foods, such as fruits and vegetables, whole grains, beans and legumes, and nuts and seeds. The diet also includes moderate amounts of fish, poultry, and dairy products, as well as olive oil as the primary source of fat. Red meat is consumed only occasionally. Wine is consumed in moderation, typically with meals. The Mediterranean diet is often praised for its potential health benefits, including a reduced risk of heart disease, certain cancers, diabetes, and cognitive decline. There is some evidence that a Mediterranean-style diet may help to reduce the risk of cancer. The Mediterranean diet is high in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and nuts, and is also rich in olive oil, a source of monounsaturated fat. It includes moderate amounts of fish and poultry, and limited amounts of red meat. This type of diet has been associated with a lower risk of several types of cancer, including breast, colorectal, and lung cancer. It is also thought to be protective against other chronic diseases, such as heart disease and diabetes. However, it is important to note that no single food or dietary pattern can guarantee the prevention of cancer. A healthy diet is just one aspect of a healthy lifestyle. And it is important to also engage in regular physical activity. Avoid tobacco and excessive alcohol consumption. And get regular screenings for early detection of cancer. There is some evidence to suggest that olive oil may have some protective effects against certain types of cancer. The monounsaturated fats and antioxidants found in olive oil may help to reduce inflammation and protect cells from oxidative stress, which can contribute to the development of cancer. Some studies have shown that people who consume a Mediterranean diet, which is rich in olive oil, have a lower risk of certain types of cancer such as breast, colorectal, and lung cancer. However, it is important to note that more research is needed to fully understand the relationship between olive oil and cancer prevention. Olive oil. It is also important to remember that olive oil should be consumed in moderation as part of a healthy, balanced diet, as it is high in calories and can contribute to weight gain if consumed in excess. 6. Limit processed foods, such as hot dogs, bacon, and lunch meats. Processed foods can increase your risk of cancer in a few different ways. First, many processed foods contain additives and preservatives that have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. For example, some studies have suggested that high levels of sodium and nitrates, both of which are commonly found in processed meats, may increase the risk of stomach cancer. Processed foods are also often high in calories and low in nutrients, which can lead to obesity and increase the risk of cancer. Finally, some processing methods, such as frying, can create harmful compounds that have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. It's important to remember, however, that while some processed foods may increase your risk of cancer, they are not the only cause of cancer, and a healthy diet can help reduce your overall risk. 7. Limit alcohol consumption. Limit your intake of alcohol, as heavy alcohol consumption has been linked to an increased risk of cancer. Alcohol consumption can increase the risk of several types of cancer, including cancer of the mouth, esophagus, pharynx, larynx, liver, breast, and colon. The more alcohol a person consumes, the greater their risk of developing these cancers. Alcohol can also increase the risk of other types of cancer, such as prostate cancer. The link between alcohol and cancer is thought to be due to the way that alcohol is metabolized in the body. When alcohol is consumed, it is broken down into a chemical called acetaldehyde, which is toxic and can damage DNA and other genetic material in cells. This damage can lead to the development of cancer. It is important to note that any amount of alcohol consumption can increase the risk of cancer, and the risk increases with the amount of alcohol consumed. It is recommended that people who drink alcohol do so in moderation, and that they follow the guidelines for low-risk drinking established by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. 8. Consider vitamin D supplements. Low levels of vitamin D are associated with an increased risk of breast, colon and prostate cancer. Vitamin D. Very few foods are naturally high in vitamin D, though you may find that some products, including soy, almond and oat milk, may be fortified with vitamin D. Exposure to sunlight, while wearing your sunscreen, can help increase your vitamin D. And some people benefit from supplements. Maintain a healthy weight, as obesity has been linked to an increased risk of several types of cancer. It's also important to remember that diet is just one factor that can influence cancer risk. Other factors, such as tobacco use, exposure to environmental toxins, and genetics, can also play a role. There are many chemicals and compounds that have been found to increase the risk of cancer when they are present in the environment or when they are consumed by humans. Some examples include tobacco smoke, which contains numerous carcinogenic chemicals that can cause lung cancer. Certain types of chemicals that are used in the production of plastics and textiles, which have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. And certain types of pesticides and herbicides, which can increase the risk of cancer when they are ingested or absorbed through the skin. It is important to note that not all chemicals and compounds are carcinogenic, and that the link between cancer and specific chemicals or compounds is an area of ongoing research. However, it is generally believed that long-term exposure to certain carcinogenic substances can increase an individual's risk of developing cancer. There is some evidence to suggest that a vegetarian diet may be associated with a lower risk of certain types of cancer. For example, a review of studies found that vegetarians may have a lower risk of colorectal, breast, and prostate cancer. However, it is important to note that a healthy diet is not just about choosing one type of food or avoiding another. It is about getting a variety of nutrients from a range of different plant-based and animal-based sources, and consuming enough calories to meet your energy needs. 1. Eat a variety of fruits and vegetables. 2. Eat whole grains, such as whole wheat bread, brown rice, and oatmeal. 3. Choose lean sources of protein, such as fish, poultry, beans, and nuts. 4. Limit processed foods, such as hot dogs, bacon, and lunch meats. 5. Limit red meat, such as beef, pork, and lamb. 6. Limit salt and sugar. 7. Limit alcohol consumption. 8. Avoid overcooking foods, as this can increase the formation of cancer-causing compounds. 9. Avoid charred, smoked, or barbecued foods. 10. Avoid food contaminated with chemicals, such as pesticides.